Welcome to Dr. Jester Gloats. Yeah, that should be a new segment. But my gloating is a bit, bittersweet. But mostly because, well, of the consequences that it entails. But first and foremost, let's go with the good news. This game was released. I bet you weren't even aware of it. Because it's a disaster. I mean, it looks crap, it is dripping in color, it's garbage, it's as woke as it comes. And it's, I don't know, it's a futuristic world in which they believe that the Republicans won, but it's the world that they think it's going to happen, but it doesn't happen and will never happen. Only if they actually do take on the power. Because we know we have seen them do that. With a lot of censorship. Every time a leftist goes and takes the power of a country, we end up with what? Fascist Italy, Nazi Germany, Soviet Russia, Maoist China, etc. We even have, what, Maduro in Venezuela, many other places, Cuba, etc., in which those socialists take control and things go apeshit insane. But either way, you can see the list here is a diverse set of characters with acceptably okay-looking males with absolutely atrociously bad-looking females, and one that I don't even know if it's a woman or if it's a thing pretending to be a woman. But either way, you can see that this game here didn't earn... Oh, Jesus Christ, what's the deal with vitiligo lately? Either way, it's a total and complete and utter pathetic failure. And it's a disaster. I mean, you're supposed to be fighting or something? I don't know, I don't even want to know. But the thing is that it was such an epic, utter failure that it only garnered 81 concurrent peak in players. That is pathetic. That's like... No, I would say Suicide Squad level of pathetic. Because Suicide Squad costed millions upon millions. This, well, maybe costed a few millions, but definitely not the millions that Suicide Squad costed. To the point that it made Warner even renounce gaming on consoles and computers too. I think it was, or they are focusing only on ultra live servers, as in everything paid and online or something like that. Either way, it costed Warner a lot. But this one, yeah, it's bad. But before we continue, here is a trailer of something so epic that you're gonna love it.
Knight. We are born of sin and crime. We are repentance personified. We are immortal. We are legend. We are God's wrath made manifest. And we know no fear.
I'm back, baby, yeah! Right, so, just to recap, Dustborn, 81 Currently, right now, 72. So now we go to, well, Black Myth Wukong. It broke every single record out there with 2.3, well, almost 2.4 million concurrent players at its release. Only a few hours after it was released. And it was massive. Right now, it is what it is right now at the time of the recording at 715,000 with 14 players. That's a lot. There's also the possibility, a few other things that people have been trying to say, and I think they may actually be right, in which it includes a lot of possible bots and a lot of Chinese players in the middle. So things here could be more inflated than normal. It could, if you count Western players. There's rumors that it could be 100,000, 200,000 players. Thereabouts. But one thing that I want to make myself very clear, despite the massive win over here, which overtook Counter-Strike, Dota, almost overtook PUBG, and we're going to say is that it's Chinese funded, it's Chinese government funded. And one thing you need to be very aware of is that the Chinese government is essentially one of the biggest funders of DEI programs in the West. That also includes Russia, because Russia was also responsible for, well, Germans' utter reliance on them for energy, because Russia began funding the green movement in Germany, which forced them to close the nuclear energy power plants in Germany and rely on coal and wind and the unreliables, wind and solar. Yeah, that's how you win the easy money. And that's the same thing China is doing. They are also responsible for a lot of those things. So basically, this is not as big of a win that one can actually claim it to be, because you're not going to be simping for China. That's like, joining up with your communist friends and sucking their dick because the DEI group that they were sending money to decided to, fuck you up. That's just not a good thing, because that's a bit of an image. Maybe this image is better. The communist is the disturbing image of a guy. A fat guy, a very fat guy, completely naked. At the bottom, sucking its dick, is the DEI people, and you would be sucking the teats of this fat guy. That's basically what it is, if you are simping for these things. But in regards to Black Myth Wukong, it seems it is a well-made game. It has apparently some problems with, consistency in performance, but overall it seems to be okay as well. So it is a single-player game, and it's a very nice change in comparison to a lot of only online and other crap games out there. So in my view, yeah. But at the same time, it is worrisome, because we know that China is funding those movements, and they are responsible for all of the ills we have currently in the West. That also goes for Russia, because Russia is also funding the DEI movements. Remember Yuri Bezmenov, I suggest you watch it. I know you have heard that name before, but I think you should watch his interview. What we are facing today is basically the rewards of the Soviet Union and current Russian politics in trying to destabilize the West, because they couldn't do it by capitalism, they couldn't do it by beating militarily, they couldn't do it any other way but beating us internally. And that's what we are getting at. That's the DEI stuff that we get today, or DIE, which is DIE. So, in other words, try not to simp for Wukong too much. It's not the win we think it is. It's still a small win, but it is not the win you think it is. So on that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night, and remember, fuck the CCP, fuck the EI, and especially YouTube. Yeah, yeah, he said it right.